So, the question was phrased by these guys that how come the LAPD has more blood on their hands? And my cohort here, he explained, the percentages and the numbers, and when you broke it down like that, I'm sure it gave you a little more perspective on that whole idea. It may seem like there's more blood on their hands because of the sensationalism of the media on the LAPD. But according to LA Times, 6 Southern California police agencies shot 2,000 people. Out of all those 2,000 shots that were fired, 1 person was deemed unlawful. Out of 2,000 shots, you see what I'm saying? So clearly that's not the problem. The problem that we're supposed to be addressing is supposed to be community policing. We weren't talking about community shootings, we're talking about community policing. Those programs are already in place. As you even heard from my guy over here, he was just telling you right now that there's lines you can call, there are already programs that are out there for you. I mean, most of the time they've just been reiterating and confirming the things that I said. I'm pointing out the fact that the community policing that we have currently is effective. And they have pointed that out with a lot of statistics that they were saying. I would just like to give you a little paraphrase of the 2017, the origin of the LAPD motto, so you understand where a cop is coming from with the use of force, okay? So officers are trained in use of force. In the use of force, if a suspect is a danger to himself and or the area, and if he has a weapon, he will be given the command to drop the weapon. If the suspect does not cooperate, the use of force rises, and he could possibly be neutralized. The number one concern for the officer is that the suspect could harm the officer or grab his weapon and inflict more harm. So weapons retention is number one for an officer. So everyone that thinks that you could wound a guy or do all that different stuff, then you're definitely not thinking about the community. The officer is always thinking about the community first, because he's there to protect and serve. So weapons retention is number one. If you have a weapon, you could possibly grab my weapon, then I'm going to have to make sure that you can't do that and hurt anyone else. So that's why you have 156 deaths. But as I said, most of those were lawful. I feel like with every situation, people want to have someone to blame. And who else are you going to blame? It's a crime. Crimes are being committed, and the community is underserved. There needs to be a blame for someone, and the person that they're blaming is the policeman, because that's the closest person to them, and the responsibility, it does go towards them, but when it comes to community policing, the responsibility is also ours as the community. So overall, Southern California police officers do more good throughout the community than harm. The underserved areas would be candidates for community policing because of their underlying illegal immigrant and gang culture that already plagues the areas. The criminals are almost protected by the people because of their ties to gangs and their immigrant homeland. So it's more of an immigration problem. So if anything, police working with ICE to crack down on these areas would be a better investment than we trying to expand our community policing policies. Thank you.